Cougars, it's Mrs. Belatesh, and here today we're going to start talking about plant cells. Last week we talked about animal cells. This time it's going to be about plant cells. After you watch this lesson, I'd like you to make sure that you go to Brain Pop and you watch these 3 videos. The video on cell specialization and 2 other videos, one on passive transport and one on active transport. And now what we're going to do is take a look at how plant cells are different from animal cells. Okay, 4th grade Cougars, now we're going to start talking about the parts of a plant cell. There are a lot of parts that are the same, there's just a couple that are different. Let's start with the things that are the same. So the first thing is the mitochondria. Mitochondria. The mitochondria, if you remember from last week, is kind of like our digestive system, right? It takes the energy from the nutrients so that the cell can use them, okay? Then there's the vacuole. The vacuole is also kind of like a digestive system of place. So it stores water and nutrients for the cell to use later. It also stores waste. So it could be part of the digestive system. Now, you notice that on a plant cell, the vacuole is much larger than it is in an animal cell. And that's because the vacuole stores a lot of water for the plant cell. Now, have you ever seen a plant that's been kind of like drooping over? One of the reasons it is all droopy like that is because that cell used a lot of the water from the vacuole. The vacuole, when it's full of water, the plant is all plump and looks great. So when that vacuole is used up, when all the water is used up, that plant will droop, okay? All right, now also we have the cytoplasm. The cytoplasm is the part of the plant, of the cell that's kind of like the circulatory system, right? It moves the nutrients and the oxygen around the cell, and it also removes waste, right? So the cytoplasm. Aha, a couple of other things over here. Here's the nucleus. The nucleus is like the brain of the cell. It controls all the functions of the cell. And there's the cell membrane. The cell membrane is kind of like the respiratory system. It allows air and carbon dioxide, oxygen and carbon dioxide to go back and forth through the cell membrane, and it also allows water to come in and out through the cell membrane, okay? Now we're going to get to the 2 parts that are different about a plant. So one is there is a cell wall. The cell wall is the kind of like the skeletal system of the plant. So we have an endoskeleton. Our skeleton is inside, right? And insects have an exoskeleton. Their skeleton is on the outside. Plants don't have a skeleton. They use their cell wall to give themselves structure and rigidity. Then plants also have something called a chloroplast. And chloroplasts are awesome. They are amazing. In the chloroplast, that is where the real amazing thing about plants happens. In the chloroplast, water, carbon dioxide, and energy from the sun is transformed into a sugar molecule. And one sugar molecule is C6H12O6, a delicious sugar molecule. Now, I'm going to show you some slides of cells, plant cells, under the microscope. Let's take a look. This is an onion skin slide. The purple squares are the cell walls, and the purple dot in the center is the nucleus of the cell. You could make a slide like this yourself with just a thin piece of onion skin on a glass slide. An onion skin. This is a picture of a slide of a leaf. The rectangles are the cell walls, and just inside the cell wall is the cell membrane. All of the little green dots that are inside the cells are chloroplasts. The chloroplasts are the part of the plant where it makes food for the plant through the process of photosynthesis. This is a slide showing a part of a leaf. It has been stained so that the green chlorophyll is not so dominant. In this slide, instead, we're really focusing on the vein of the slide. So the black dots are the nucleus of the cells, and we see the cell walls. But the long line that goes through the center of this picture is really the vein of a leaf. And it shows these long, narrow tubes that carry water to all the parts of the leaf. And once the leaf makes sugar through the process of photosynthesis, the sugar is carried back to all the parts of the plant through that main vein in the leaf. Plants are pretty amazing.